Isuzu Truck UK Limited, providing award-winning customer care.
When the Backhouse family represented their first transport client, the diesel engine had yet to be invented. Today, they provide the future of legal advice by fixed-fee 24/7 industry-specific representation. Maintenance and compliance is critical to your business. Connect with Backhouse Jones from as little as 33 pence per vehicle per day. Articulate advice from Backhouse Jones.
Hello and welcome to our TruckWorld and VanWorld TV show special from the CV show here at the NEC in Birmingham.
Yeah, it's fair to say the CV show has been the cornerstone of the commercial vehicle industry for many years. Obviously, because of the recession, we had a little bit of a blimp in 2009, 2010 when it wasn't on, but from 2011, it's fair to say it's been back with vengeance.
Absolutely, and here we are, 2014, hundreds of manufacturers and an absolute buzz about the place.
With almost every manufacturer represented from the world of commercial vehicles, there was plenty for visitors to look at. And whilst many will be coming back to check out a specific vehicle for their fleet or company, you certainly wouldn't get bored here.
And what better place to start than actually at the Ford Transit, the generic term for a van for many people, the Hoover of the commercial vehicle industry, if you like. And this Transit's quite interesting because this is the Transit that's also been launched in America. In fact, it was launched in America before it was actually launched in Europe. Also interesting, at Ford, obviously the cars and the vans are completely separate, but on this vehicle, we see the fact that this very bold grille is shared also by the Ford Focus and also the Fiesta.
All the manufacturers always like to have a hook to draw people to their stand. It might be for a new vehicle launch or to show off a latest bit of technology, but for one well-known manufacturer, their story is particularly great for British industry.
And here we are on the Vauxhall stand with the new Vivaro, and I think it's one of the better looking vans for 2014. I think the styling really works. It's not fussy, but it's bold, a little bit aggressive, and I really like that. But the best thing about this van is it's the only one that is built in the UK. Now this is badged as an Opel, but for a company like Vauxhall, who have such a fantastic heritage of building vehicles in Britain, it's great that in 2014 they're still doing it. And later on in the show, we'll be catching up with Steve Bryant, Vauxhall's commercial vehicle brand manager, to find out a bit more on this exciting story. And with the latest news from Iveco, here's Tim.
With me here, I've got Martin Flack, who's product director of Iveco here in the UK. Martin, CV show, how's it going?
Great. It's, as always, good to be here. I've not seen any numbers yet, but certainly my impression is that we've got more people here today than we had this time last year. So yeah, great start.
We're looking at the Dakar vehicle at the back there. What use are vehicles like that to Iveco?
Vehicles like that have a great use for really two purposes. One is to look at taking the technology up to limits, to really see how far can you push a diesel engine in a really arduous environment. And then secondly, it's all about brand image and marketing, where we get great images of those trucks racing over the desert, and yeah, they're fantastic for reinforcing the brand.
Now, if I said to you camper van, you wouldn't instantly think of a Ford, would you? Now, as lovely as this transit-based camper is, no, for camper vans, the brand that's synonymous with them is VW. And for decades, the Volkswagen camper has had such a following. So much so, it might surprise you to hear they've actually got their own festival.
When it comes to buying a commercial vehicle, it's more of a logical sale rather than an emotional sale. And by that I mean it's more a case of, can I put the 8x4 sheets in the back of it, or will the bricks go in the back of that as well? But there's one van that seems to buck the trend completely. In fact, it bucks the trend to the point where it's got a festival all to itself. Welcome to the world's largest transporter festival.
With stunning weather and a record turnout, Busfest 2013 was going to be a belter.
Welcome to Busfest 2013, Europe's largest transporter event.
Even if you aren't into the VW van scene, you would still be wowed by just how many wonderful and at times weird vans had turned up for the show. And as the event organiser Simon Holloway explains, it just grows year on year.
Well, we first came here 20 years ago, this weekend, 94. It was just an idea that we had that there wasn't any van-specific Volkswagen events, so we thought, right, let's try and see what happens. And we advertised it, very minimum budget, and sort of sat back. We had no advance booking or anything in those days. We just sat back, set things up, and waited for things to happen. And we were absolutely gobsmacked, really, with what happened. We had, well, it's small in comparison to now, but we had 1,000 vans turn up at the very first event. So it was established almost immediately, and then within a year or so, it became absolutely massive.
Time to meet some of the die-hard Volkswagen fans at Busfest.
I think the show's great. It's lovely weather, a few drinks, loads of nice stalls, good atmosphere. It's really nice.
It's the lifestyle of transporters. That's what we love about them the most. I mean, you don't get this for anything else really other than transporters and VWs. So it's a fantastic environment. People are brilliant.
What I like about the show is it has a little bit for everyone. If you're into your old stuff, your new stuff, you like to go shopping, you've got everything to do with the transporters or the campers, whatever you want to call them. It's got everything that you possibly want. It's just a all-round good show.
Well, this van is actually my daily driver. We bought her about 12 months ago with a view of doing something special with her, but because of customer vans, we haven't had much chance, so we've sort of got her ready now for this show with an Austin Powers theme. So it's flocked on the outside and really groovy and funky on the inside, so hopefully it'll attract some attention and get us some business. 99% of our work is Volkswagen because that's where the big market is. But we do Vitos and Sprinters and Crafters, you know, right up to sort of like motorhome conversions from large Sprinter and Crafter vans, that sort of thing. Not just Volkswagens, but all vans.
Groovy, baby.
What can I tell you about my van? I'm a vehicle cartoonist. I'm mad keen on Volkswagens. I think they've got smiley faces, hence why everybody loves them. Great excuse to go everywhere you want to go and have a different screensaver every time you open the curtains. The van initially was done for myself, basically, to just to amuse myself and to obviously feel cosy, because I'm a bit of an old Romany type. As you'll probably see when you look inside the van, it's a bit canal boat, it's a bit Romany in its design. No real format for drawing it, just this is how it's evolved. They're just cherry looking vehicles. You see them coming towards you, the swage line looks like a smile, the lights just look like little goldfish bowls, and as you probably check out in my headlamps, they are actually goldfish bowls and they've got fish inside them. Just cheery, even the bumpers are smiling at you.
The thing about transporters is it's just the versatility. I mean, they just you can use them for a daily drive. Back and forth work. You can jump in them on a Friday evening after work and go camp in them. You can use them for surfing, motocross. So just the diversity of it really is, you know, I think that's the key thing. Plus, it's coupled up with the reliability of Volkswagen rather than the other vans. I think that's why it's such a big following, you know. So the show for us, yeah, it's we've been coming here now as a trader for this is our 7th year, and it's kind of like it's the big show, you know. We can show the customers like all the new products that we're going to be doing through the winter and the spring, so kind of like give them some ideas with the vans that we got on show here. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
I think the show is it's one of those shows that we keep coming back to.
I'm coming from Germany, Frankfurt, Germany. And we only came here we especially came here for this fest.
The first time we came, we hired a van and came down, and we just fell in love with the whole scene.
Enjoyable, fun for all the family, and I don't understand why everyone ain't got one.
It's a brilliant scene for old and new. Absolutely brilliant, love it.
Well, with some real characters, lots of transporters and certainly lots of Volkswagens. That's it for our look at VanFest 2013 from the Three Counties ground here at Malvern.
Well, from the show where just one brand is king to back here at the NEC, where each hall was packed with the biggest names in the commercial vehicle world. Well, with me now is Jeff Dunning, Chief Exec of the Road Haulage Association. And Jeff, I believe it's nearly 40 years in the industry for you.
Yes, that's right. I started in 1975 as Assistant Regional Secretary of the Freight Transport Association.
I mean, in the 10 years that I've been involved from the TV shows and things, I've seen a heck of an amount of change. God, that must be, you know, from when you started to now, must be a different world.
Yeah, I think the word to use to describe the difference is professionalism. It's a word that's bandied about a lot, but we are a far better quality industry now than we were then. People concentrate on getting things right, whereas 40 years ago they were only interested in getting things done, and that's probably the biggest change overall.
So things like efficiency, health and safety, those sort of things. And is it better for a driver now to be in the industry?
Oh, definitely. You know, these modern vehicles are very luxurious, very, very comfortable.
Now, in our opening link to this show, we mentioned about you know, a couple of years ago the recession. I think was it 2009 and 10 that the show struggled, but since then it's back on form and just getting bigger and bigger. Great buzz about it today.
Oh, absolutely. I took over as Chief Executive at the beginning of 2009, so in some ways you can blame me completely for the recession.
It was all his fault.
But one of the first things I had to deal with was the cancellation of the show that year. It was a big pity, but it was typical of the sort of damage that was caused by the recession. Now we've bounced back. The first show we ran in 2010 didn't have the manufacturers here, but now we're almost back to where we were in 2008. We've got a great show, there's a real buzz around the halls, everybody's very, very positive, and I'm looking forward to a great 3 days.
And whether it was the press-only day or the public days, the red carpet at the NEC certainly saw plenty of action, as thousands of visitors explored all of the stands to see what vehicles and technology we would soon be seeing on our roads.
Here I've got with me, I've got Des Evans, who's the CEO of MAN Truck and Bus here in the UK. Des, CV show, how's it going, mate?
Well, 2014's finally arrived, and I think we can say with absolute certainty that it is all about Euro 6. We no longer have to fudge the issue, Euro 5, Euro 6. It's Euro 6, and it's not all about the tracked units. 60% of the market is rigids, and here we are sat on a light, a medium and a heavy truck, so 60% of what we sell is here. And I suppose with the rigid range as well, we've got some really cost-effective vehicles here.
And UK operators at the moment, SCR, EGRs, all those sort of things, is it still up in the air with them, or what's your feeling of it?
I think actually Euro 6 is no longer about EGR, SCR, it's about get the driver to drive it properly. That will do more than any new development engineering-wise, you know, re-engineer the driver, and then you'll see some massive savings.
Well, just to show you how lovely people are in this industry, I came over here to do an end of part link, but I don't need to.
No, this is the end of part one. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you after the break.
Easy as that.
When the Backhouse family represented their first transport client, the diesel engine had yet to be invented. Today, they provide the future of legal advice by fixed-fee 24/7 industry-specific representation. Maintenance and compliance is critical to your business. Connect with Backhouse Jones from as little as 33 pence per vehicle per day. Articulate advice from Backhouse Jones.
With over 30 years' experience in guiding and supporting customers with their compliance needs, you can trust in our advice.
Established for over 40 years, Sicily Commercials is an award-winning Mercedes-Benz dealership that can provide your business with a complete commercial vehicle service. With 24-hour servicing, in-house MOT lanes, dedicated account managers and a 24-hour parts helpline, Sicily are on hand to support you and your vehicles when you need them. Experience the award-winning Sicily Commercial service now by calling 0845 564 7764.
Isuzu Truck UK Limited, providing award-winning customer care.
The Volvo FH.
Gotta move out, gonna break free, gonna push the limit, wanna find out what you mean to me. Wild world, take me for a ride. Come on, wild world, take me for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wild world, take me for a ride. Wild world.
The Volvo FH. Take it for a ride.
Hello and welcome back to TruckWorld and VanWorld CV Show Special from the NEC here in Birmingham.
With the R word, the recession, firmly behind us in the commercial vehicle world, it was great to experience the buzz and positivity of the CV Show 2014. And as Rob discovered, it wasn't just diesel technology that was making the headlines.
Now on TruckWorld and VanWorld TV, we're used to looking at vehicles that are big and chunky. But this time round, the only thing big and chunky is me. Now this brilliant little vehicle is the new Renault Twizy, all electric, and it's not a concept, this is it. It's for sale just under 7,000 quid. It'll do 50 miles an hour, instant torque because it's electric, but they tell me if you delimit it, you can get 80 out of it. I fancy a go at that on the motorway, no doors because the doors are actually optional extra. Now it's meant for inner city deliveries and things like that. There's a bit of a boot at the back if you want to have a look here. Storage space for carrying stuff around, 180 litres of storage space, so great for inner city deliveries, that sort of thing, but Forget that. I want the doors off. I want a private road. I want 80 miles an hour out of it.
When you're looking at buying a new van, you've got a myriad of choices. You've got things like load volumes, load lengths, fuel consumption figures, which is what the manufacturer decided that's what you want. But is that really the case? What better way to find out than going down to the builder's merchant and asking a man on the street?
This impressive-looking site is home to C&W Berry Limited, one of the largest builders merchants in the northwest. Founded in 1954, Berry's has become a firm favourite of the tradesmen for the supply of construction materials in the northwest of England. Basically, anything that you can stick in your van or truck to get your building job done. Now, for the past 10 years, Berry's have put on their annual trade show here, and that sees manufacturers and suppliers from all over the country come down to show off the latest products and innovations.
We're expecting over 3,500 tradespeople at the show. That's a heck of a lot of footfall. More importantly, that's a heck of a lot of vanfall.
Big van or small van, Ford or Vauxhall, you name it, and you'll see it here. With a car park almost as big as the rest of the site, there's always plenty going on. And Rob caught up with Berry's director, Peter Jones, to find out more.
Peter, I've not seen as many vans as this in a long time. How much is this because you've got the trade show on, and how much is just this is a daily occurrence for you?
I think being a large builder's merchant, a lot of our customers tend to collect goods from us, and to collect goods they need a large vehicle, normally a van. We have some customers who do have their own wagons, but you need obviously a heavy goods licence for that. Yeah. But the van and the trailer is the staple collection vehicle of the majority of our customers, be they roofers, builders, plasterers, joiners, whatever. You've got heavy material to carry, you need a van.
Walking around the show today, it's obvious that there are a lot of companies out there for whom having a shiny, nice, smart-looking van is very important, and of course it's great for the company image. But then there are also a lot of tradesmen for whom the fact that they do a great job is enough for the marketing, and in terms of what van they drive, well, they're not that bothered.
Howard, love the van. How long have you had it?
I've had it for about 10 years.
And what made you buy it then?
Basically, cheap and cheerful. More affordable than a Transit, and so that's why I went for it. Really.
And has it let you down, or is it paid its way?
It's been brilliant. It's cost very little to keep on road, apart from the usual tyres and exhaust. But no, it's been absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Go on then, what's the mileage on it?
About 130 at the minute.
What did you get it at?
It got it, I think it had about 60,000 on the clock when I got it.
It's done a hell of a lot.
Yeah, and like I said, it's quite, economical. It's not cost a lot to do it, so it's been really good.
So what do you think of the guys that have got the flashy vans with the alloys and things like that?
They're charging too much.
Is that what it is, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But the way I treat the van, I don't deserve a decent van, really, so that's why I go for the cheaper models.
Some van owners like to be discreet with their vehicles, while others, well, you'll see what we mean.
I must say, love the van, and I guess you don't put cement mix in this sort of thing.
Well, you'd be wrong there, to be honest, because if I'm working away, I do use it to get my gear to site, and I do quite a lot of work down like sort of South Wales way, which, because I'm a kite surfing freak, puts me near a random beach, so I can work and kite as well.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is profitable with fun.
Exactly, that's it.
Exactly.
And transporter, what made you pick it? What was
well, apart from it being bright yellow, it's factory yellow, it's a long wheelbase, it's not an AA van.
Yeah,
It's longer, and it's just because it's that little bit longer, I can get all my kiting gear in it. Basically.
Whenever if you're not doing your scaffolding, we can always find you by a beach kiting, is that right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, okay. That's where we roll, yeah.
Great to see the British building trade is going from strength to strength. But there's no doubt about it, without the humble van, the industry would grind to a halt.
Back to the CV show in Birmingham, where the industry was also enjoying a positive feel. And following on from our look at the new Vauxhall Vivaro in part 1, we caught up with Steve Bryant to get more on the story. So Steve, now that Fords are being made over in Turkey, the entire weight of British van manufacturing is on pretty much your shoulders. Can you cope with that, or is that an honour?
We're very proud to be the biggest British manufacturer. Yeah, it's a proud tradition we continue, and yeah, we'll carry on with that.
I mean, we're always hearing from the government about, you know, being British and support British industry.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of, other than a great PR story, at the heart of it, what sort of infrastructure and sort of number of jobs and that sort of thing?
Well, directly, the plant supports about 1,200 jobs in the Luton area, so it is key and very important to the Luton area and helps towards the British economy, so yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a good thing, and I have to say the van looks pretty good as well, and it's been launched here. It's the world premiere.
It is indeed the world premiere. No, we're really pleased with it. Yeah, some people have been very positive about it.
And how long has it been in the making? What does it take to come up with a new product?
Ooh, I'm sure the engineering community have been on it quite a while. We've certainly been working hard on it for the last 2 years to bring it to market, so yeah.
Well, that's it for TruckWorld TV 2014. I hope you've enjoyed it, but I think it's safe to say the future is definitely bright.
Yeah, and it's bright for also TruckWorld TV. We'll be back with Series 2. Whatever you do, go and check on our website, which is truckworldtv.co.uk.
Yeah, and that'll be sometime in the summer, but until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
TruckWorld is the UK's only dedicated TV series for the road transport sector. If you are watching this and have a product or service that can help transport operators, then go to our website www.truckworldtv.co.uk to find out how easy and cost effective it is to advertise on TruckWorld TV.
Isuzu Truck UK Limited, providing award-winning customer care.